What's good, family? Welcome to another edition of Family Therapy Session, where you, right there, yes, I'm talking to you and I get together and we discuss things that have been irritating me lately. And y'all help me get through this, as well as you. I would hope so. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. But we help each other get through the hard times. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is another hard time. Now, wait, I know why y'all are here. I know you all want to talk about the GWOAT that is Jackie Hill Perry, who just signed with the biggest Christian hip-hop label, the label that has the most notoriety, the label that has the longest arms, that label, Reach Records, which a lot of people would consider the creme de la creme. See, there was a time back, maybe 2014, where arguably 2014 to about 2017 was probably the greatest era of Christian hip hop. Y'all can debate that with someone else. But around that time, and probably a little bit before that, if you were able to get signed to Reach Records in Christian hip hop, some would say you've made it. Congratulations, young sir. Everything that you have done, or young ma'am, as they are doing, big congrats to them. All that you have been doing, my child, is not in vain, and I issue thee an invitation to the one and only Reach Records. You're welcome. That is the way that this was. Like, if you were able to catch their attention, get on their radar, and be signed, you then had officially made it. There was nothing else for you to do. No preach. You don't have to preach anymore. Like, you got it. You did it. Like, this was the goal when you were a little kid. You wanted to be signed to Reach Records, and you ultimately reached that goal. Now, that has since died off, and I think that that's within the rap game, period. But that has since died off. With the addition of, DSPs and being able to put out your music when you want to and to the core audience that you want to do. Now, niggas from the underground been doing this forever, but of course they was pushing it out the back of a trunk. However, you're able to do this, you're able to reach people, reach further than you've ever reached before, and labels aren't as important as what they once used to be. Now, does that mean that being signed to a label doesn't mean anything anymore? No, that's not what that means. All I am saying is that you can achieve the same success. It's not it's not the same for everyone. It doesn't happen for everyone, but it has been proven that you can achieve the same success just by grinding and getting in front of your core audience. Think no further than Nipsey Hussle, right? He had built a following, and so when he became who he was, when he became, got to the top and started getting the mainstream success, that came from his city being behind him and pushing him, his core fans. You think about somebody like Chameleonaire. I remember this like it was yesterday. Like, when this video started being able to be played on BET, like, it was a proud moment for all of those people that was pushing his music when the world didn't know him like that. Texas knew him like that. Oklahoma knew him like that. The surrounding areas knew him like that. But nobody knew him like that outside of that until he started getting that mainstream success. So again, when you build your core audience, like a lot of these people are doing, using social media and using whatever trend is out there for them to use, then at that point, you get these people that, hey, I don't need a label. But with Miss Jackie Hill Perry, who we are speaking about this particular artist has lived this dream 2 times. Now, during this time that Reach Records was this giant who really couldn't be touched, there were several different other record labels around the time that had good success. It wasn't Reach Records success, but definitely within the space of Christian hip hop, they had their success. When we talk about Collision Records, you know, putting out artists like Kristen Gray and Corey Paul, and even when Alex Faith was rocking around with the Swoop, like, you know what I mean? With when we had Humble Beast, and they had, you know, they were collecting, they were really trying to build themselves into a true rap label by having, you know, a Jay Givens, you know, on the squad. Beautiful Eulogy, people who are beloved by this space. They had those people on there. And there were other record labels out there as well, but, you know, obviously God Over Money has been doing their thing for however long they have been, right there side by side with Reach Records. But, you know, they still weren't Reach Records. Nobody was Reach Records. And so Jackie Hill, when Humble Beast was trying to build that rap pedigree, when they were trying to essentially get younger, get more in front of people's faces, they signed Jay Gibbs and then they signed Jackie Hill. Not necessarily in that order, but when Jackie Hill Perry was signed to this record label, which at the time she probably could have went to any record label, it was huge, and that made them one of the top record labels when we talk about just being able to have talent, having both of them on there. So Jackie Hill was able to live that when women weren't really being signed at a premium rate, when women wasn't really being picked up like that by record labels within the space. They were one of the people to be at the forefront of that, and they were one of the people to do that. And so Jackie Hill Perry was able to make that splash and again live that dream of being signed by a label. You know, she fulfilled the obligation. That thing was different. She went to writing books and different things like that, but no one ever discredited her when we talk about the growth. So Jackie Hill Perry was able to live this dream again. She was just recently signed to Reach Records. Now, when we speak about a Jackie Hill Perry, you know, you don't speak on her lightly. This space, this Christian hip-hop space, has seen a lot of femcs over the years. However, there generally is only one that those would claim that's it. Like when we talk about the greats of the space in that era, we gotta put one lady up there, and it's You Are the One. And generally this one is the one that can rap with the niggas, is the one that has been over everybody's records, is the one that Christian hip hop has unanimously put and built and said that this is the growth of this era. At one point, it was in fact Jackie Hill Perry. At one point, she was the, hey, like, yeah, we got some women that's really talking, but if I had to bet, like if someone said, hey, send the best female Christian rapper right now, send us who you got. Like they got Goliath and they say, send us your David. Like that's going to be Jackie Hill Perry, or at least there was an era that was. There was an era where she etched her face into the Mount Rushmore of Christian hip-hop within that era. Notice I say era because especially when it comes to quotes, like it is very difficult to name that. I'm obviously going to put Jackie Hill Perry on this list. Jackie Hill Perry was probably the first woman that when I would make a top rappers within Christian hip hop list, she had to be there and she did not go below 10. Like, and I would even say she probably didn't even make it past 6. Like, and that's really pushing it. Like, so Jackie Hill, because of her delivery, because of her style, because she was authentically herself. Y'all know that's my favorite thing to say because I love that about artists. She was everything when we talk about respecting the art of hip hop. Jackie Hill Perry had to be on the Mount Rushmore. Okay. But the huge thing right now is the fact that Jackie Hill Perry was asked a simple question by Rapzilla. Jackie Hill Perry was asked a simple question by Rapzilla. Jackie Hill Perry was asked a simple question by Rapzilla. Jackie Hill Perry was asked a simple question by Rapzilla. Jackie Hill Perry was asked a simple question by Rapzilla. Justin Serchik, big shouts out to him, was asked the question of the top 5 lyricists. Jackie Hill, you are one of the best lyricists of all time when we talk about Christian hip hop. And I am asking you to let us know your top 5 lyricists at this moment. Now look, I'm going to just be honest. She looked disinterested in this whole thing. Like, kind of like a, damn, did I make a mistake signing to Reach Records, right? I liked being able to do what I wanted to do, move on the time that I wanted to move on, and not really be bothered by this Christian hip-hop vortex, right? I didn't want to have to get in the senseless conversations that you all get into month after month, year after year. Like, I kind of just wanted to sit back and do me. That is the way that Miss Jackie Hill Perry looked within the situation. But the question was simple. He asked her to say that. Now, everybody is on the edge of their seats at this moment. Everybody is waiting to hear what she says, because what she says, being who she is, means a lot within this moment. Lecrae's been asked this question plenty of times. Hey, who are some of the artists that you're looking out to? And if you get your name mentioned, then at that point you have essentially made it. So now we are trying to find out from one of the best lyricists to ever exist within this space, you, Miss Jackie Hill Perry. Who are the top 5 lyricists today, or who you think are the top 5 lyricists? And she says there's not that much lyricism within Christian hip hop. And yes, everybody left their mouth wide open in that moment, just like you are right now. But guys, hold on. This really isn't that big of a situation, because a lot of people are butthurt behind this statement. And again, with it coming from who it is in fact coming from, I totally get it. I totally understand. Anytime anybody takes a shot at how lyrical Christian hip hop is, people lose it. As a unit, I might add, Christian hip hop is not big on unity. They show it a lot, especially this era. Big shouts out to you guys. But there's a huge divide. Let's not act like it's not that. But in moments like these, you then will see the majority of Christian hip hop banding together and unifying to agree on one point, and they're going to then bring up those that they think are lyricists. Now, someone like a Jackie Hill could have easily said J Monty. She could have easily, said Dayton, or just named anybody from God Over Money or Hog Mob at any point, and that would have sufficed. But, Andy Mineo, I think, as far as the lyricist goes, hey, it's Andy Mineo. What are we talking about? But she could have easily said any one of these. Hey, go for one of the damn battle rappers for all that matter. Like, just to just put it out there. Hey, Loso, obviously with the way he's able to put words together, like any of those street hymns, like we really, just speaking on that side of the map, we really could go down that list. But guys, when a camera is placed in your face and you're not necessarily privied on what the questions are going to be, you more or less know how the interview is going to go, like whether they're going to be super nice to you or if they're going to be more abrasive. Like, you can kind of get these vibes, but you never really know the questions, because people want to see the real reaction from the person that's being interviewed. So she might have been caught off guard. As you see in the video, she starts to come back and say that, but the people in Indie Tribe, which is great. Hey, look, if I didn't know nothing else, I would have been like, there's some artists in Reach Records that, again, she signed to Reach Records, but there's some artists in Reach Records that I believe are lyricists. You just grab, just say a group, and you get about 4 or 5 people. So she said, Indie Tribe. And she's not wrong in that sense. I mean, when you talk about No Big Deal, like, you have to mention him when we speak of a lyricist. And I think that moment that Sho Baraka had with No Big Deal, everybody's making sure to mention his name. Because we're just at this moment where people do not mind addressing you after they feel that they have been addressed. And it's okay. It comes with the territory. It generally blows over. Everything is everything. And everybody goes back to doing what they were supposed to do. Everybody goes back to doing what they were doing. Everybody goes back to their respective corners. So people make sure. So that's what she said. But as you see within this comment, or as you see within this response, she doesn't even name the name of the actual group. And I know it's how can you be and you signed to Reach Records and you just hey, chill out. Like I said before, I'm surprised that she's even re-signed to a record label, or a Christian record label, because from my understanding, Jackie Hill Perry had tapped out when it came to that space. Jackie Hill Perry was touring and preaching and doing poetry and having a podcast, and you know what I'm saying? There were all these different elements to what being an author, writing books. Like, there were so many elements to what was going on with her at the time that I just didn't see this happening. There was no point. You were free of this vortex, if you will. And she willingly, for whatever reason, she probably... See, the thing is, we've been seeing this with Jackie Hill Perry. She's been recording little songs here or there, sing different ones, have different debates on who the GWOAT is, who isn't the GWOAT, when we talk about Christian hip hop. And, you know, she's been ducking in and out of this and giving a feature here or there. She's been ducking in and out of this, and it was only a matter of time for someone who enjoys the art of rap, for someone who enjoys putting pen to pad. This was probably eating, seeing what all she had going on, and it had to be eating at her, that she really wasn't letting y'all niggas know that y'all not out here talking about nothing. And let's look no further, okay? Look no further than this interview. Y'all niggas ain't lyricists? What are you talking about? Y'all not. Y'all, what she said? Y'all need to step it up. Hey, I'm with Queen Perry. I'm with you. I'm with you. Y'all need to step it up. But of course, people are going to come and mention several different people. But look, someone who had been away and has been so disconnected, I'm sure she still talked to certain ones. That's the way that she got this deal done. But when you see someone so free and being able to maneuver in and out of different spaces, you don't think, it doesn't happen often that they return back to what they were known for, that they return back to what catapulted them to be, whether, I mean, you think about somebody like Belief is rapping and he has his own series and his core fans that he's doing that from an empire that he built off his family, not off of rapping. And he was one of the greatest. He was one of the best. But he's not going back. He'll do it here and there for his supporters. But he ain't trying to re-sign with Dream Job. Like, come on. So you don't see these things happen often. But in Jackie Hill Perry's case, this is what happened. So when you're gone for that long and you're doing those things and you're not paying attention as much as you once used to, you're just not tapped in. And that is okay. You talk to someone like a LL Cool J, a Rakim, like these niggas that done been out the game. She's not in that era. But you talk to some of these rappers that have gone on to do other things, they don't even know who the other little nigga is. Like, of course they know Drake. Of course they know Lil Baby, Kendrick, Cole. Like, of course. You can't escape that. But these niggas don't know Lil Tecca and T Grizzly. And like, these niggas don't know these niggas. Like, come on. You got to be plugged in. And I think that was a situation that everybody started going hard. But again, it is because she is who she is. She was what she was. And so her take on this specifically was weighted. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't think about those things. They just think they are, hey, I'm just a regular person. I'm just answering the question. I'm just honest. I really don't even care like that. But they come out like this, and then you have situations like you have. But look, everybody's been saying it. Cindy's been saying it. Jeremiah's been saying it. Yo, give her grace. You know, I think personally, Paris Carriz ain't rapping over no boom bap beat, but Paris Carriz is a lyricist. In his way, in the style that he uses, Paris Carriz is a lyricist. When we talk about punching, 1K Few punches very well. Like, his metaphors are crazy. And then there are plenty of people who rap like rap. Like TLS, Flo Nil, come on, man. But they're not mainstream Christian rap. Like Forrest Frank is mainstream Christian rap, and that's y'all fault. I tried to help y'all. I tried to show y'all what he was doing. Y'all didn't want to listen to me. Now look. Okay? But those are the people who would be considered the top. I mean, NF, right? NF is a lyricist. He makes what he makes. But there are plenty of people. But guys, when you have, first of all, she sat at the top. She was able to leave on the top. You don't see what's happening at the foot of the castle all the time. There's people that always say, there's people greater than Jordan that didn't make it to the league. I ain't never saw that nigga. But this is a foregone conclusion that there are people who were great, people who had moments, who had the possibility to do certain things, and they just didn't do it for whatever reason. And they're not the ones that get the credit. Think about people's music being stolen all the time. Like, I think about Yams, right? I think about Yams, and that's Masego's record, right? But niggas is playing the Fetty Wap version, and I'm a Fetty Wap fan. I'm happy he got a version, but Fetty Wap done went and got the nigga Charlie Wilson on there, and they're saying that this is the Yams. But I was outside when Masego dropped his version, and that is the Yams. But this is what happened, see? Fetty put on Charlie. Come on, man. We can't deny Uncle Charlie. And you united the knuckleheads with the old heads? Come on, man. It doesn't get better than that. Masego's record is better. Masego's record is the first. But it's not the record because somebody else came out and did it better. So again, she's going to see the people that rise to the top, the people that get that notoriety. She's going to see them, which is why No Big Deal got mentioned. He's a part of that ilk. The other people didn't get mentioned because, unfortunately, she can't see at the foot of the castle, and it is what it is. Why don't y'all put in the comments who y'all think are some of the best lyricists within CHH? Who should Jackie Hill Perry actually had said? Should Christian hip-hop actually feel butthurt? Look, I wouldn't. The music that's winning right now are the non-lyrical records. I just shared a Wovicki record. People are in love with that record. It's a catchy record. It is. I can't get it out of my head. It's honestly, it's gonna be a hit. It's a hit. Okay? As much as I do not want to say this, as much as I'm trying not to say this, it is what it is. It's a hit. She accomplished exactly what whoever was behind her wanted to accomplish. And it's not a lyrical record. The people that's getting these syncs, we're not talking about, Kendrick Lamar is being getting all the notoriety right now because of what he did to Drake. Nah, we're not talking about that. The people that are getting these syncs, the people that their music is being played and being used for Instagram Reels and TikTok videos, those people, they're not lyricists. For what? Yo, I only need a good 30 seconds. And I get all the fame and the notoriety and the connections I need. But I gotta be a lyricist for that's too much work. That's too much. Oh, you like to do it? Oh, you like to write? Okay, cool. That's all right. But I'm not about to do all that. So I wouldn't even be mad. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know how Christian hip hop is. And to other things that have pissed me off this week, it seems that there is a huge divide on whether or not what Will Smith did should be deemed appropriate. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Hip-hop royalty, acting royalty, hood royalty, Will Smith, the guy whose grandmother told him not to use bad language in his music and he abided by and still was able to win a Grammy. That Will Smith is in a bit of controversy because people, and I can't even say it's Will Smith. Will is just in the middle of all of this. After that whole Oscar slap, like, Will gets a pass for whatever the hell he do at this point. But it's not even Will. Chandler Moore, the gospel singer, the worship savant, Chandler Moore, and Sunday service choir, the ones who gave us the classic Jesus is King. Come on, Kanye, you can do this. Come back. Jesus is King. And Mr. Kirk Franklin, Mr. Stomp, Mr. I Have What You're Looking For, Mr. Smile, Mr. Hosanna Forever, we worship you. That Mr. Kirk Franklin, the body rolling over 50 muscular old man. Mr. I Will Break Your Fucking Neck. Mr. Kirk Franklin was also featured in this performance that Will Smith had at the BET Awards. And there are people who are not entirely pleased that these two gentlemen are performing at one of the biggest events in television, singing about making it through, being positive. Just something doesn't sit right. I'm seeing things like, oh, this just isn't right. There's something that just isn't sitting well within my spirit. There are multiple, I kid you not. And it's a positive song, but I get it. A lot of people are speaking on the visuals behind this whole thing as well, right? He's talking about walking through the flames. He's talking about walking through the shadow of death. Yet, a lot of people were upset with his setup as he stood in this volcano-like structure, and it was a bit dark, as if he was, looking here, was walking through hell. And again, he was talking, and I didn't jump on this immediately. Let me just keep it a bean. I didn't jump on this immediately. They was like, Will Smith is back. And I'm like, I didn't like Will Smith's music beforehand. Although, Wild Wild West is a certified hood classic. We're going straight to the Wild Wild West. We're going straight to, come on, man. 12-year-old me was having a blast. Men in Black. Hey, here comes the Men in Black. Hey, the good guys dress in black. Remember that? Come on! The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I pulled up to the house about 7 already. Like, you don't have to get into the summertime. Like, you don't have to get into that. Getting jiggy with it. We don't have to do any of that. Parents just don't understand. Guys, this Will Smith... Like, okay, my bad. That's on me, y'all. That's on me. He got bops, for real. Will Smith. But I still went, when I saw this, I'm like, so what? He made a song about making it through like everybody does. I really am not impressed by Will Smith doing it, so I really don't care to watch this. But as I started seeing y'all responses, I became intrigued. I'm like, well, wait a minute. There obviously must be something that isn't right about what Will Smith did. I'm like, ooh, let me put on my G. Craig Lewis jacket and let's go see what we're looking at. And as I begin to watch this video, I'm like, oh, that's dope. Yeah, he already standing there. Oh man, he just talking about walking through the fire. Okay. All right, so there's got to be like some demon spider that comes out the ceiling, or he's got to throw up, the 666. He got his. He. Come on, man. Okay, all right. Let me just wait. So I'm waiting as this performance happened, and then I hear Chandler Moore, and I said, oh, there it goes. I already knew what this was going to be. And thank you guys so much for being so predictable. Now, we've already had this discussion. If you go into my latest episode, I speak on different artists performing with Christian artists. This is just what they do. People enjoy doing this. And I just so happened to be listening to Kanye's Vultures, and I heard a familiar voice. What's that? What? Chris Brown? Oh, no, not running. No, this one has guidance. Chris Brown, the worshiping icon at the moment, was on a record by Kanye West singing about begging for forgiveness. Here is a huge Christian artist, CCM artist, worship artist, who is being featured not with Jesus is King Kanye, not even with Donda Kanye. This is Bianca Cesuri Kanye. This is being banned from coming back to Italy. This is Mr. trying to exile people from a kickback because you're not agreeing with him. This is Ye 2020. Like, this Ye. He didn't even get Ye 2020 vote. Ye either. He got everything else though. This is the Ye that he is performing with, and the record is all about Kanye telling his wife that he's willing to wait, and that for everything that she did to him, she should ask for forgiveness. Right? That's essentially what this was. I really couldn't believe it, but the song actually goes. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, that's a good record. But back to my point. I knew once I saw oh my God, in the time that I saw Kirk Frank, I knew y'all niggas was gonna lose. I knew it. And so I just bid my time and I just waited it. Guys, again, if we're talking visually, y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to grow up. Not even give an opinion on it. First of all, try to listen. Try to see what's really going on. But it's like y'all sit and wait to see. Y'all literally put yourselves in compromising situations just so you could say, I told you so. What sense does that make? Tell me. Where does that make sense? Please point to me where in the strategy guide it says one must do this to achieve this trophy. Like, I need to know. Because I just do not agree with those situations. Look, I'm a guy, I hate roller coasters. I refuse to even go to amusement parks because I'm not going to put myself in a compromising position. Like, come on. I'm not going to do that. If I had a problem with being faithful, I wouldn't go to a strip club. If I had a problem with being faithful, I wouldn't put myself in a vicinity where a lot of single women are. That doesn't make any sense, guys. Come on. Just to prove that I got it, that I know, that I can discern. Man, come on, man. Y'all niggas is crazy. But with all of that being said, one, if that's what you're doing, that doesn't even make sense. But when we talk about these artists in general, first of all, Will Smith, one of the cleanest artists, actually probably the cleanest out. He's the closest thing to being a Christian rapper without actually stating that you're one as you can be. So to accuse Will Smith of something so asinine is baffling to me. Now, when we speak of these gospel artists doing records with mainstream artists, God, who the hell else are they gonna call? Like, tell me that. Just tell me. When a mainstream artist wants to do a positive record, who y'all want them to call? Young Boy? Inelli? Mo 3? Like, who do y'all want? Lil Durk? like, who do y'all want them to call when they are speaking about their darkest hour and having a breakthrough and giving that moment, that one moment to God? Who do y'all want them to call? Ghostbusters? Come on, y'all gotta let me know something. Because maybe I'm missing the point. Maybe I'm not as angry and upset as I should be at artists trying to connect. The old people, can't believe I'm saying this. The old people used to always say that there are certain people that can get a prayer through. There are just certain people that you know that if you ask them to pray for you, that is going to touch God. Some people you ask them to pray for you, you're like, yeah, they ain't about to do shit. Like, they ain't about to do nothing. Like, nah. Now, Steph, I'd have to tell you, if you really grew up in church, you won't even let them touch you or speak over you for certain reasons. But I'm not even here to talk about that. These artists then reach out to those that they know. It's not always the most popular artists. Niggas ain't going out there and trying to feature Cray on everything. Not gospel artists. But you will choose a person like a Kirk Franklin because he connects with both sides. My uncles and them that smoke and drink outside at the barbecue, they know Kirk Franklin. This nigga that was just on the corner last week, he knows who Kirk Franklin is. He knows about Kirk Franklin because it's not lame to them. It's not trash. So they will reach out to these people. I mean, I guess you could say it's a business decision. But they also know that when they are trying to have these conversations with their fans, when they're trying to get a prayer out to God, if you will, they're going to call these people who are universally accepted. And it's not that they're universally accepted just because they do Christian music. Like, it doesn't work that way. Sorry. You have to meet people where they're at. You have to connect on people's certain level. And this wasn't a Christian event either. BET is good for this because they know black people. They're going, and they know that our background is church, period. Whether it be from your grandma, your auntie, your uncles, your cousin, whatever. You had that one cousin that if you went over to their house, you knew you were going to church the next morning. If you spent the night on a Saturday, like, y'all know what I'm talking about. And BET is good for giving you a little bit of church while you're at this heathenic event. I made that up. Come on. I need to coin that phrase. But they know, all the ones that are trying to switch their journey around, all the ones that needs to feel that little bit, they just trying not to have a source of wars situation. That's what they're trying to do. But it's no different than the Super Bowl grabbing a Christian artist to sing the Star Spangled Banner or God Bless the USA. Like, this is not any different than the president having someone sing a gospel song at their inauguration. Like, this is not any different than these moments. So this is what they're going to do. When they need to get a prayer through, when they need to reach out and touch someone, especially if they are speaking about a positive situation, they will get these people. And as I stated, guys, it's not going to stop. I tell you all the time, singing royalty, Detroit royalty, the Clark sisters,
Karen Clark, Kiki's mom, featured and has a good relationship with Missy Elliott. Just singing about God. She did some little ad-libs. She sang a little bridge. And it was good. Kiki did a record with Chance the Rapper. Now, granted, this was at a time that Chance was trying to move forward and change his life around and just got married. But she did a record with him. Hezekiah Walker is like, guys, these things don't change. I think Ty Tribbett got some credits out there too. Tasha Cobbs being with Nicki, like, come on, man. Who could forget Lecrae and Ty Dolla $ign? Like, these, stop acting this way, man. These collabs are legendary. When you look back, like, you're gonna be like, oh my, like, yo, for real? Come on. Y'all wake up looking for the error, like, and it really ain't even that deep. But y'all let me know, man. Am I tripping? I could be, and I'll take that. Am I tripping? Let me know, man. Come on, put it in the comments. Let me know.